Well, why don't we get started? And part of what we have for our viewers tonight is a kind of slideshow, but better than the usual when people invite you over and show you their slides of the Holland Tulip Festival or something. And this will be nostalgic in some ways for me. How should we begin? So you divide into several categories of what you're going to show us.
Well, maybe the best way to begin is for me to say what I think architecture is.
Good.
If you want to do that.
Sure.
And what I say architecture is, I would guess, is the construction of the entire environment. It's not just single buildings or individual buildings, but it's everything man-made in relation to the natural world. Mm-hmm. It's the setting for all the actions of humanity, so that the first component of architecture is nature itself, is the landscape. And the second point is the relation of everything constructed to the landscape. Mm-hmm. And every culture has had a different way of creating that relationship, because it embodies what they feel about their existence in the world. Mm-hmm. Some architectures have attempted to echo the landscape, others to contrast with it. And I have a few examples of each.
Good. As something I tried to say in the introduction, that after taking your course, I remember taking the train back from New York to Chicago and then on back to Nebraska. And I had probably been in Chicago 20 times before, but having taken that course, there was always an hour or two between trains there. I remember walking around, and it was as if, in the cliche phrase, a new world had been opened up to me. I suddenly saw those Louis Sullivan buildings and Van der Rohe and the glass apartments and so on, and, you know, whole new light. It's National Cliche Week, isn't it? Let's begin.
All right. I was going to say, you know, Dick, it's even greater when you get beyond Chicago. If you've ever done it in a train in the old days, when you slowly go up that long sloping plain, and then all of a sudden the Rockies are there. And then right in behind the Rockies, in the shapes that they make, is the Pueblo culture, which is still as much alive as it ever was.